What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another Saturday night of spooky videos. Now, this, I'm not gonna hold you. This is my second time around. I had a whole nother video planned before this one. It was a series of horror shorts, and it was one video of like 8 police encounters that can't be explained. And I don't know, it just seemed, to me anyway, none of it was horror. The first horror short, right, was the first horror short was, oh my goodness, hold on, let me what was the first horror short about? Yeah. The first horror short was called A Scary Indian Wedding. And they mentioned something called a monglik. A monglik. And when I heard that, I was like, that sounds weird. That sounds odd. And so I looked it up. And turns out I didn't have to look it up because they explained it a few seconds later in the video. But they explain it as some type of, it's in Indian folklore, some type of demon that curses women who are born on specific days. And apparently it is hard for them to get married if they have a monglek on them or whatever it's called. So I was like, yeah, I don't know anything about that. And rather than trying to research it to figure out whether or not it's, something I'd be interested in watching, I was just like, you know what, let's move on to the next video. It was called Hide Your Crazy, right? Starts out with this woman coming home. I don't know what she's running from, but she's obviously in a panic. She gets in the house, shuts the door, and she notices that her kitchen door is open, or her dining room door is open. So she goes in there and she finds like the table's candle lit, 2 steak dinners are there, and her boyfriend jumps out. It's like, surprise. And she's like, how in the world did you get in here? And he says, well, last time I was here, I left the window cracked a little bit so that I could sneak back in and surprise you for your birthday. So she's like, look, you have to leave. And he goes, well, I realize I kind of overstepped the bound, if I did something wrong, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? So and she's like, no, you have to leave now. So she starts pushing him towards the front door. He stops at the front door. He turns around and says, listen, just tell me you don't love me. If you tell me you don't love me, then I'll leave. And I'm like, what an idiot. So then she tells him, look, you need to leave now, right? She shouts it. And all of a sudden her hand turns into like a demonic hand or a demon hand or a monster hand. And he's like, what in the world is that? And she goes, oh man, it's starting to happen. And so all of a sudden the hand starts to act on its own and it grabs the boyfriend by the throat. And so she's like, listen, don't panic. I'm just going to make my way back towards the kitchen. All right. So she starts slamming him up against the wall on the way back to the kitchen. So she gets to the kitchen. She tells him, listen, my purse is on the table. I'm gonna slam you towards the table, and what I want you to do is go into my purse, and I want you to get out a vial of pig's blood and pour it into my mouth. And so I said, all right, yeah, cool. I turned the video off. So then I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna try and look at the third one, because for some reason the first 2 are just straight up bombs. And, well, duds, not bombs, straight up duds. So I decided to check out the police video. 8 police encounters that can't be explained. Of the 8 cases that were described, there were 2 that were weird. The first one, a man walked up to this female officer on a body cam, and he's like, look, I just want to document everything I'm going through right now with my ex-wife. And apparently he went to sleep one night, and during the night his ex-wife called him 17 times and left 9 voice messages. And these voice messages were These voice messages were, for some odd reason, um, she sounded kind of weird in them. You know, like she had been weak from not eating very much. And he was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what she's doing to make her voice sound like that, and this, that, and the third. They ended up checking on the lady, and she got arrested for, I don't know if that's even a real charge, but she got arrested for being a nuisance over the phone or something like that. The other case that was odd was they went to this one man's house. This family called the police because their son kept jumping from high places and getting back up. Now, they claim he jumped off of a deck that was 7 to 8 feet high, like 5 times repeatedly. Like, he'd jump off the deck, he'd land, he'd get back up, jump back off again, and land and get back up, jump back off again. And so when the police got there, as soon as they opened the door for the officer, the boy jumps off the second floor balcony or banister and lands on the first floor in the living room. And the cop is like, look, calm down. And then so the cops surround him and they talk to him, try to calm him down. He's not really active. He's just like staring into space. And all of a sudden he just starts fighting the cops. Then he gets arrested and they take him away. I thought that case was kind of weird. The other cases were all obviously fake. And so I was like, you know what? This is a horrible horror shorts. Like, I didn't enjoy this. I felt like I wasted 40 plus minutes of my life. So I wasn't going to put you through that. So we're trying again. This time, this is an analog horror that I had always meant to watch when it was active. I don't know if it's still active now or if they even finished it. But this is season 1. And it's a combination of shorts. But this is season 1 of it. If I'm not mistaken, it was on Instagram. The person who did this analog horror was on Instagram. And it's called Where is the Sky? And the premise, if I'm not mistaken, the premise is this guy woke up one day and the sky was gone. Like, it was just dark. There was no sun. There was no moon. The sky was just black. And he's telling everybody, he sent the video out. He's telling everybody, look, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know where I am, but there's no day. Everything is just, it's just night everywhere. And so he's like, can somebody help me figure out what's going on? And everybody kept trying to figure out how he was doing this. I still don't know how he was doing this, but let's check it out. Season 1 of Where is the Sky? Now, also, if I'm not mistaken, there isn't much sound in some of these. I don't think there's any sound in some of these. Yeah, because the sound is here. So some of these just don't have any sound. I might just put some. Well, I don't know, because yeah, it might not. But see, it says here. It says, "Where is the sky?" This was the first video put up. Where is the sky? So he's obviously, he's out walking and he's just like, "Yo, the sky is gone." I'm sorry, not Instagram. It was TikTok. Now you could tell he did some kind of editing here because you could hear a car drive by while he was filming this, and he made sure to pan the camera upward so that you don't get the car on in view. Now, whatever that is, it sounds huge. Not gonna hold you. If I heard something like that, I would not be standing out there, bro. I would be, I would be in the next state over, maybe in the next country. My guy, why did you wait till he was only like 2 floors below you before you started? Could you? Is it just that you just couldn't believe it? Like whatever this thing is, apparently it wasn't a giant because it's following them up the stairs. Oh, it was right behind him. Like, bro, I don't know how old he is, but I would gain some youth and leap down them stairs using fight or flight before I start taking each step one at a time. Man, bro, no cap. We want to see what's happening in your world, but at the same time, if you drop your camera, don't try to get it back and end up getting snatched up by whatever this is chasing you. Like, get to safety first. Just start running. Like, whatever it is trying to get you to run or something. Just start running, bro. I'm about to say, well, if you don't start getting in the way, whatever that was right on his heels, bro. possible to get a still enough picture to see what that says? Please do not use. This is a fireman's lift and is not for public use. Alternative lifts are in our main lobbies. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay. That dude said, forget steady cam. I'm taking off. He getting in the wind. What? At this point, I'd probably just faint and be like, "Well, if he takes me, he takes me." Because I don't know how long my fight or flight would last, especially running up these stairs this many times, bro. Like I don't know. And another thing too is like I don't know if he's getting caught, and these are just different people's perspectives in this world where the sky is gone, or if somehow he's getting away, and these are just points where he's able to record again. It looks like he's still running though. Oh boy. Yeah, like see right there, it either he just wasn't able to record the gate opening. Maybe my guess is that was an area he was not allowed to go, like he'd have been trespassing. So he just used it in that to make it appear as though he went through a gate, and this is where he ended up after going through the gate. Because you can still hear the monster outside. Oh, nah. So whatever it is, it has red eyes. Why? Why? Why would you open this door? Alright, so I'm going to assume this is a completely different person in the same universe because there's no way that last guy survived. Ew, it sounds like he's gurgling.
Iron Eyes Yeast presents Light Out. Everybody.
This kind of reminds me of a liminal space. Yeah, let's make noise, why don't we? Oh boy. Emergency broadcast due to something. I can't read any of that. I know this says due to something what? I can't read. I can't read anything after due to.
Emergency broadcast. Congratulations, subject number 3, on surviving your 4th week here in the Darklands.
Subject number 3. So those who got caught by the monster were subjects that didn't survive, I guess.
Note that further complications are currently being sent your way.
The Darklands? Now that is an interesting term. The Darklands, huh? Why do they always gotta make the music so loud?
Hush, 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 here comes the bogeyman. Don't let him come too close to you, he'll catch you if he can.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me go ahead and do that right there. But I'm guessing anyone who gets caught by this predator sounding subject is it's a subject that has died. It did not survive the Darklands. There's somebody out there. Please find me.
Iron Eyes Youth presents Light Out. Everybody. It is this bad.
The boogeyman is coming.
I mean, it's like a subliminal space or something.
Iron Eyes Youth presents Light Out. Everybody.
Oh boy, something was coming out of the curtain.
Iron Eyes Youth presents Light Out. Everybody.
I'm about to say, don't stop now. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't stop now. You at the exit. More stairs, huh? Well, that subject got caught. So I guess that's why the sky is black, is because this is the dark land. So these are two different people having the same issue? I turned the volume down halfway and it's still loud. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. You keep getting caught unaware too much. Like, yeah, bro, if I was in this universe, you can hear them footsteps from a half a mile away. How are you waiting till the monster just get up on you before you react? Man, I would not want to be in the Darklands, bro. I don't even think a blick would save you here. Wait, the shopping cart is moving sideways on its own? on, can I? What was that? Let me slow that down right quick. What was that? Oh, it's a hand. That's his nails. So something grabbed yet another. Yeah, I could not be in these dark lands for real. That is wild. I must be tripping. Either that or this dude has no situational awareness. Peep this. Like, are there not fingers that come over the top of this door? Yeah, like this literally two hands just pop up right there. Why would you try and open this door? Like, what were you thinking?
Told me something a little girl should know. It's all about the devil.
When I was just a little boy, I asked my father, what would I be?
Curtain number one is correct.
Iron Eyes Views presents Light Out. Everybody.
I was about to say, did he just wait yet again? Did he just wait for it to get to him? They cornered him. They cornered him, so now there's one coming from the top and the bottom. Wow. I'm about to say, what is that? Okay, apparently somebody's telling him to come that way. He actually found another human? Lady, I know this is metal and iron and hardwood, but we got predator-like monsters that can rip through fences like they're nothing, knock down doors like they're nothing. You're going to have to take them heels off, okay? You're going to have to take them heels off so that we can be as stealthy as possible. By the way, if this starts happening to you, like, or if your playback crashes, it's probably YouTube. You know, YouTube. I don't know if it's true or not, but they do supposedly have some kind of system in place where if you have an ad blocker, it'll detect that ad blocker extension. Or this is on Chrome browsers. This is not necessarily any other browser. But like on Chrome browser, if they notice ad blocker, then they'll try and like mess with your system settings to make your video crash. I have not validated it, but you know, it seems believable considering if you use uBlock, for example, Google Chrome now tells you that it has automatically disabled uBlock and it's no longer active on Chrome, which is why I don't use Chrome anymore. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it though, the sound that she's making, how do we know that she's not one of the ones hunting us? Yeah, you're gonna have to take them heels off, man. Go in here or go in here, grab some shirts or something, or some trash or some plastic, and tie it around your heels so that you don't make so much noise when you step.
Curtain number one is correct.
You know what? I know these hunters gotta be like, bro, why does this moron keep picking stairs of all things? How many stairs has these jokers ran up in this season so far?
Wait. You don't remember what she looks like?
Hey, just make something up.
Now I don't get this background noise that they're using for ambience. I don't get this. I don't know if there's any type of connection to what is playing on someone's television and what's going on now. I don't know.
Wait. You don't remember what she looks like?
Hey, just make something up. Oh, what you think is gonna be? Curtain number
So did he just give up?
one is correct.
Wait.
Now, I didn't
You don't
play
remember
this
what she
back.
looks like?
Hey, just make something up.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken. Now, again, YouTube got rid of this, which is dumb, which was dumb of them because it took away a lot of individual creativity from the site. But you used to be able to play, like, you used to be able to make choose your own adventure videos or, yeah, pretty much choose your own adventure games using YouTube videos. And this I forgot the name of what it was called, but they have since removed that. I remember Markiplier had a choose your own adventure series using that same feature on YouTube, but again, YouTube has removed it since then. And now I think the closest thing to it is where you just make a video and you leave two, like, the little squares you can select from to select the next video you watch, and just have one be the choice, like each video be the choice. But yeah, you used to be able to link an entire, like, plot, an entire story through YouTube. For example, you have like 1 3-minute video, right? And at the end of that 3-minute video, you have a choice. Do I run to the left or run to the right? And right then you could pick like left and it'll go straight to the video to where you ran to the left and this is what happened. But now it's like, oh, you just got to click this and move on to the next video. So yeah, I wish y'all could have seen that feature in action. It was actually very entertaining. And that's probably what's going on here with this horror short, but I mean with this analog horror. But whoever compiled this, I think they compiled the videos in the order that they came out. And yeah, so that's like, again, I don't know if, because it looked like in the last video, he just sat there and let the monsters catch him. But now it's like he's doing something different now.
Wait. You don't remember what she looks like?
Hey, just make something up. Oh, what you think is gonna be?
I'm about to say I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit because, again, I also don't understand the ambience that they got for background noise. Like, it does not really make any sense to me, honestly. It does, however, give off that the Darklands is like a liminal space.
Curtain number one is correct.
Wait. what she looks like.
Hold on. Did I it looked to me like the hallway turned into a wall right here. I don't know. So you got this hallway here. He turns and looks behind him. All of a sudden there's a wall here. So I can only think of one thing. He was either teleported further down the hallway towards the end, or the room is just changing, like the room is alive.
Wait. You don't remember what she looks like.
I can't believe it's been 5 whole months since the world ended. I know that I've been chased by things the entire time, but it's been interesting. I'm just glad I didn't end up with the same fate as the other 7 billion people, those poor souls. Okay, so it has been the same guy every time. So I'm guessing where the monster gets up on him, he somehow gets away. But, and what happened to the girl that helped him out? And what about this particular world of the Darklands could you even consider to be interesting?
Iron Eyes View presents Light Out.
A skate park? I'm about to say, okay, in this universe, if you see a rock, like in the normal universe, if you see a rock thrown and you look to see where it came from and nothing's there, get out of the area. But in this universe specifically, if you see a rock and you look behind you and nothing's there, get out of there, bro. What are you doing just staring? It looks like he's gotten further away from whatever's making that loud noise. Okay, that monster is actually pretty big. Run! What are you doing? This joker's back at stairs again. Boy, if I was that monster, I would quit chasing him. No cap. I would quit chasing this dude because somehow he finds his way to several flights of stairs. Oh no. All right, so I'm gonna have to give a criticism here so that I don't forget. This shot right here has been used way too many times in this. Like I get it. You're doing you're running you're running the killer in a loop, right? But come on, bro. How many times? Let me guess. You're gonna see him running up the stairs, and he's gonna get about right here or right here before you decide to start running, right? And bro, what are these shoes you wearing too? So now what? I always wondered how they make these type of stairs. You know? Because there's nothing holding it up. I guess you could say these are, but that's just the railing. There's nothing really holding it up underneath. So like if a 400-pound dude stepped on these stairs, like what's keeping them in the air? It can't be that it's stuck to this wall. A random thought. Wait, what hit him then? Something knocked him in the back of his head. If he was hit right there, then why is the monster coming out of this bin? That's awfully odd, and a weird placement, and a weird shape and design. It reminds me of the Blair Witch Project. And it's weird because the Blair Witch Project, everyone was like, oh, so I've heard so many mixed reviews about that movie. I heard that it was good. Then some people told me it was trash. And I was like, well, and at the time, I couldn't watch it because the name Witch was in it. And my mom didn't let us watch anything or involve ourselves with anything involving witches. So, yeah. I never saw the Blair Witch Project. If it's an apocalypse, why are you waiting for the light to turn green? See, now I have to give you another criticism. If one of the big ones, quote unquote, is behind you, why are you stopping at a red light, bruh?
Oh no. No, 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 silly. To dry it. But it exploded. And they were both found dead.
You said everyone else in the world disappeared when the world ended. What about the girl that helped you escape? I thought the worst part of living in an empty planet after the world ended would be hearing music coming from under the bridge. But what's worse? But what's worse is when the music is coming from a 9-foot shadow that's sprinting towards you. You ever get the feeling that you ever get the feeling when you know you're not alone? Are we back at the stairs again? Man, you ain't even think to put some socks on, bruh. You know, since the world ended last year in 2021, you'd think I'd have missed the sun or the moon. But no, I miss Earth the most. It was big and blue, and everybody used to tell stories of there being life on Earth. The gold old days. It's interesting because that 2021 is a focal point here because that was actually when some people predicted that, you know, the biblical rapture would happen. And that's not the first time. If I'm not mistaken, there was once in 1999, there was once in 2000, once in 2001, then it was 2011, then it was 2012, and apparently now then it was 2021. And if I'm not mistaken, it was December of last year that something was supposed to happen that would drastically change the world, and that did not happen. Yeah, so a lot of things people are predicting. But then again, if it was, well, no, it wasn't an analog core either. So yeah. Mr. Sandman, yes, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Bum 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 bum. Oh, so you found her again, huh? Oh, he is trucking at the y'all. Wait. Why did you stop running?
Couldn't have been that crazy. I don't think so.
So it's currently 1 p.m. and I decided to try and vlog a day in the life of the last survivor. Why do you keep calling yourself the last survivor if you found the girl?
Oh, you don't think so, huh? Well, she put her poodle one time in a microwave oven to eat it. Yeah, to eat it. Oh no. No, 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 silly. To dry it. No, no, no. But it exploded. And they were both found dead. She must have been.
So I heard a noise following me and ran.
GamezNChill presents Light Out. Everybody.
But I stopped when it started slowing down. It was a little doggo. He even waits for the green man. I'm not alone. Letting my dog out in the apocalypse was the worst mistake of my life. He heard a noise and wouldn't slow down.
Well, that is the end of season 1. Like I said, I don't know if he continued the series after this. But yeah, if you're interested, it is called Where is the Sky? There's another one that's called The Moon Has Woken Up. That looked, from the thumbnail, it looked pretty interesting. The only issue with these type of horror, analog horror things now, it's like when you watch them in bits and pieces, like the shorts that were combined here, it's one thing. But when you want to watch, like if you watch a whole like combination of them, like the entire first season here, it can make you a little droopy. You know what I'm saying? You can, unless you're seriously invested. Like for example, oh man, dude, I might do like because it's a lot of videos, but I might take maybe 2 Saturdays, right? And just do a part 1 and part 2, 3 and 4 of Marble Hornets. That was, in my opinion, the best analog horror series that I can think of is Marble Hornets. Whatever you do, do not watch the Mandela catalog. That is sacrilegious on the highest level. It is sacrilege on the highest level. So if you are interested in analog horrors, do not watch the Mandela catalog. I forgot the name of the other one, but there's another one that you should not watch as well. But the title makes it obvious. But yeah, there are quite a few analog horrors out there that I feel like are pretty good. But again, stay away from the Mandela catalog. And you know what? Well, actually, I'm not even gonna mention what it's supposed to be about. But yeah, stay away from that one. There's Where's the Sky? Again, Marble Hornets. Marble Hornets is a analog horror about the Slender Man, not the Wendigo, but the Slender Man. You know, the guy in the suit with no face and a bald head that, you know, teleports everywhere. And it was really well done. I have not seen the movie though. There's supposedly a movie they made. Like the people who made the Marble Hornets YouTube series also made a movie, but I'm not sure what the movie is about. Like I'm not sure how much of the YouTube series the movie covers, but it's actually a really good analog horror. And if you want to know, which analog horrors to check out, there is a video called the Analog Horror Iceberg, and it lists all the popular analog horrors that were out at the time where analog horrors were a thing. There's even one about Kanye West and a video game, like a Kanye West and a hidden cult inside of a video game. The rabbit hole goes deep, bro. The rabbit hole goes deep. But again, if you do happen to check out that iceberg so you can see some other analog horrors to maybe listen to as background noise and stuff like that, do not. Well, actually, that's really stupid of me to say, because telling you not to do it just means you're going to do it anyway. So, yeah, I'll just say that the Mandela catalog is basically it is a sacrilegious thing involving switching the roles of Lucifer and Jesus. So, and the only way I know that is because I've seen someone. I had someone who was reacting to the Mandela catalog on as background noise, and while I was playing a video game, they summed up what they saw, and I was like, "Oh well, I'm glad I wasn't paying attention to that." You know what I'm saying? That's sacrilegious on the highest level. Well, not the highest, because there is a level of sacrilege you cannot be forgiven for, but it's up there, But yeah, I'm gonna have to check to see if they actually continue Where's the Sky, like if there's a season 2, season 3, whatnot. But yeah, if you're into analog horrors, the only thing I will say is you need to be really interested in what's going on. Like, I could watch an analog horror about the back rooms all day long. But if it's something else, I don't know, the moon waking up might be interesting depending on how they present it. But, and as you saw here with this one, there was really no dialogue whatsoever. It was just visuals. So, if you're not careful, you can nod off. I didn't nod off, but you can nod off. That's the only thing about like analog horrors. You have to be really interested in them, or else you'll just nod off. Not to say there's anything boring about them. It's just for some people it's a hit, so for some people it's not. But that is going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I do apologize for not having the original shorts. But like I said, I had to skip the first 3 horror shorts that I had picked in the queue simply because of demonic references. So I don't know what it was about this time around, but it's like, the only thing, it's almost like the producers were like, the only thing we can think of this with horror is, with demonic stuff. So I was like, nah, not putting any of those in. So we just have to do something else, But hopefully you guys enjoyed it, If I had my criticisms for this one, I would say that the stair shot, you use the stair shot way too much. If you were running from whatever the monster was, that's fine. But you would think the monster, and they did kind of get a little smarter by sending 2 monsters, one coming from downstairs and one coming from upstairs. And another criticism that I have is it seems like a lot of the times the main character got caught. But somehow in the very next clip, he's fine and he's running away from him again. A third criticism is the failure to acknowledge the woman that he found. He found a girl who helped him escape both of those monsters. once, and then he found her again on the bridge, and they started running from an entity that was chasing after them. But for some reason, he continues to say he's the last person on Earth, the last survivor on Earth. So yeah, I don't get what's up with that. But yeah, other than that, pretty decent horror movie. I mean, horror series. But again, if you want to see a solid analog horror, watch Marble Hornets. But that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, you guys know what to do. Stay blessed.